broadcasting to viewers in Liberia and across the globe. Hello and welcome to News Today on KMTV. My name is Anthony Kukuye. Wherever you're watching us from, we say thanks for joining our news broadcast tonight. Let's take a look at stories making headlines. To address land matters adequately, the Land Commission on Friday launched a capacity building for the inclusive land administration and management project. Liberia Football Association and Petro Trade signed a $13 million Liberian dollar agreement to support the FA Cup, now the Petro Trade Cup. And the Ministry of Youth and Sports earmarked new and attractive flavors for the 2019-2020 National County Sports Meet. Welcome once again to KMTV News. We begin at the Land Commission, where the government of Liberia and partners Friday officially launched a capacity building for inclusive land administration and management project in Monrovia. Speaking Friday at the program, Swedish ambassador credited near Monrovia, Igwin Watavis, stressed the link that land administration or land situation in Liberia is crucial and should be carefully addressed. She recommended women participation in land administration and the creation of local government enforcement on land issues and many other key issues for the sustainable environment of land issues across Liberia.
As you all know, the land situation in Liberia is very important. Land remains a crucial element in the conflicts that you have and in the post-conflict work that you have been pursuing ever since the peace accords. Disputes over land are often the cause of conflicts, and the restitution of housing, land and property rights for returning refugees and internally displaced persons constitutes a fundamental part of peace building. Therefore, to have a sustainable and working land authority is very important. The expected outcomes in the long term of this project is 1. Skilled land authority staff effectively and efficiently carrying out their duties. 2. Women participating in land administration and management. 3. Local government creating and enforcing land use plans. And 4. Customary land demarcated and managed. I usually talk about the feminist foreign policy when I'm in front of the microphone, and I will do so today as well. Women, especially women in rural areas, face greater challenge to realize their property right to land. And as you heard in the presentation from Oscar, this is recognized in the creation and drafting of this project. It's also a very important part of our feminist foreign policy.
Well, also speaking at the program was Lofa County Senator George Tengbe, who disclosed that the capacity building to handle land issues is critical and will help in reducing land-related cases in Liberia.
And I'm sure capacity building, you don't have to give somebody cash. The capacity building project is like teaching you to fish, so that you'll not be getting fish every time, you don't have a fish every time. So if our capacity is built, Liberia's capacity is built to handle land matter, I believe some of these cases will be laid to rest. And we must be honest and call a spade a spade. Lawyers have to be honest and call a spade a spade. You don't have to take bribe to defend somebody that is already guilty in the act. It will not help us, it will not go anywhere. The only thing that will help us is to look at somebody in the face, this issue, you are not right in this case. The land doesn't belong to you. The way you got this land was wrong. So let's go back on the table and see if we can buy the land a second time, go ahead and buy it. There are some big people in government that are stepping on poor people's land. Because they are bishop, they don't want to give it right to the poor. Once you then got the money, negotiate and you can buy it. That's better. We have seen people taking cutlasses for each other, winning each other for land matter. This has to stop. And who can help stop this? In the Land Authority with the help of the civil society organizations.
Meanwhile, the acting chairman of the Land Commission, Anthony Adam Moniba, outlined some of the benefits as well as challenges if land issues are not holistically addressed in the country.
Land, like any other form of riches or of wealth, if not properly managed, it leads the country, the society, into chaos. Yes, Liberian experience that. Some of the factors that led to the civil war was also land ownership, the definition of land. And we are happy today to tell you that the land right law in Liberia today answers a question that was asked way back. We remember the days of the coup. Who owns the land? Papa's land. This law today in Liberia has answered that question. And as of now on, we know who owns Papa's land. Thank you, Liberian people, for passing this bill. The responsibility for land matters was fragmented, assigned to several other government institutions and agencies. This organization served as incentive for fraudulent illegal land transactions, which continue today to haunt Liberia. Consequently, in 2009, the Land Commission was established by an act of legislation. And the mandate of the Land Commission at the time was to propose institutional and legal reform to the Liberian people. This culminated into the development and adoption of the national land policy. Subsequently, the Liberian Land Authority was also passed. Notwithstanding, during the life of the Liberian Land Commission, what we now today call the Liberian Land Right Law was drafted by the Land Commission.
Over now to the United Nations, Liberia's ambassador to the United Nations, Ambassador D. Maswe Kimia, says there is a need to create an enabling international environment if the Sustainable Development Goals should be achieved. Speaking at the plenary of the United Nations Assembly, Ambassador Kimia said once an enabling environment is created, it will help the international body to easily achieve the SDGs.
Over the coming weeks, we will be preoccupied with considering various items contained in the committee's program of work. We believe that the thematic items are relevant as they border on issues that are crucial to the achievement of Agenda 2030, our development ambitions, particularly protecting our planet, mitigating the effects of environmental degradation and climate change, ensuring economic growth and social development. The theme for the 74th session embodies a fundamental goal of Agenda 2030 and encapsulates very germane aspirations which constitute vital pillars for sustainable development. Poverty remains a global challenge, negatively impacting the marginalized, including women and youth, the most, and the adverse effects of climate change are real and even more unprecedented, with visible consequences, potential to undermine sustainable development. These are among the many reasons the call for inclusive societies must be increasingly echoed, while the pursuit to ensure equitable, quality education and learning opportunities for all should remain heightened. Similarly, the Sustainable Development Goals 2019 report underscores progress made in implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals. Without cooperation, forging partnerships, and meaningful dialogues, Liberia believes that the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals and the 2030 agenda will depend on an enabling international environment for development, facilitating the necessary means of implementation as well as domestic resource mobilization.
The steering committee chairman of Lofa County, Momo Saras, is calling for more support in order to promote football in Liberia. Speaking Thursday to KMTV News, Mr. Saras said Liberia has lots of talents, but proper discipline and programs are lacking for the development of the game, something he noted needs urgent attention.
I think Liberia, we have a lot of talents. The talent is here. All we need to do is a discipline and a preparation. Many a times we don't prepare our people. We don't have a program. Like other countries, the European countries, they have kind of program. It is their career. But if a player is struggling to even have a daily meal and then has got nowhere to sleep, they don't even have good rest, they don't have good income, how do they shine? Interesting for us, see, our people are extraordinarily good, just like they need a little bit of support, they need a program to go through, and Liberia can speak better if we establish a program and actually support the program. But the way I see football in Liberia is like people are struggling. You go to practice and you come for practice, sometimes you don't even have the meal or you don't have a good place to rest. So those are issues that I think the Liberia Football Association should be looking at. We need a program, a solid program. And I think that the talent is here. You saw George Weah came from here. You saw most of Liberians are all here. There are still youth here who could even play better than George Weah, even with the opportunities and the support has given them. Talented young stars are in town, but they don't have the opportunity to shine, to actually reveal their talent. So to start having, some solid and well-defined support program, I think Liberia will emerge to be one of the best countries on the continent of Africa in terms of football.
Still with more sporting news, the Ministry of Youth and Sports has assured participating counties of the nation's biggest sporting festival, the National County Sports Meet, of new flavors. Speaking to KMTV News in an exclusive interview, Deputy Youth and Sports Minister G. Andy Kwame said the newest package for the tournament will be exciting, as such call on all Liberians to support their respective counties of origin. He confirmed football and kickball as the first two categories, while other categories are still being worked out behind the scene.
The anxiety should be there when you come to the county meeting, you see new flavor. We've worked outside Liberia, we've worked with football internationally, and we have seen. So those things that we see outside, we always want to introduce it to our own setting. So hopefully you will see some new branding, new activities for this year county meet. We signed kit sponsorship with Cindio. Cindio will be our new kit manufacturer for this year county sports meet. We hope they come out good. We've always sponsorship with Shinta Obie, APN Terminal, and in the governmental circle we have NASCO, FPRC, MPA, LAA, LCAA, all these people who are in the governmental circle. MOU with Orange for the kickoff of the county meet.
Mr. Deputy Minister, how many categories are you featuring this county meeting to win them?
Where we stay in negotiation, but hopefully we'll be doing kickball, football, basketball, track and field. Preliminarily, we stay considering to bring Scrabble and chess. But
Football, the last has a ballot. Are you contemplating on it as well?
Well, like I told you, we have global economic challenges. But when those challenges are melted down, hopefully that we will see. But we are still in negotiation with the LFA and the Ministry of Youth and Sport to see how this year again we can introduce a female soccer.
A bit of good news now for football in Liberia after the Liberia Football Association today signed a $13 million Liberian deal with Petrotrade for the promotion and extended support of the game in Liberia. The agreement, which is subject to renewal after a one-year period, will provide jerseys, banners, cash, and other extended support to the Liberia Football Association. Speaking at the signing ceremony, LFA President Mustafa Rajid commended the oil company for helping to support the game in Liberia and called on other companies to follow suit.
We've been in Liberia for a while, and there are a lot of companies involved with petroleum, the business of petroleum. but they have failed over the years to identify with sports, especially with programs that involve the youth. And Petrotrade Liberia see it important to align with the Football Association and invest in youth and capacity building. It is now time that Liberians will look forward and ensure that we all work along with Petrotrade Liberia, considering the fact that now they are opening a lot of stations around. And once those stations are open, we encourage Liberians, sport-loving Liberians, people that love football, those that follow the youth, women football, be it beach soccer, or sports in general, to now turn over to Petrotrade and go to Petrotrade station, because the more they invest and work with Petrotrade and buy their products, the more they will invest in Liberian sports. We'd like to say a big thank you to the CEO and all members of Petrotrade for considering us, and members of the executive committee for considering the rename of the LFA Knockout to the Petrotrade Cup. We believe that is going to strengthen our relationship and help us develop football forward.
Meanwhile, the coordinating officer of Petrotrade, that's Ibrahim Kadi, promised that the agreement will go a long way for the promotion of the game in Liberia. Under the agreement, the LFA NACA Cup will now be named as the Petrotrade Cup. Mr. Kadi.
The package we're providing $13 million to the PT Cup. Other $13 million will pay $3 million as signing. $3 million as signing. $3 million as signing. The second payment will be 60 days after signing. There's another $3 million. The third payment will be 90 days after signing, and the final payment will be May 3rd, 2020, for $3.5 million LD. And the package considers a lot of other things in it, but we're not going to details concerning, like at the CAF Confederation Cup, we expect our Petrotrade logo to be on the jersey. We'll provide the jersey and all that stuff for that. The banners will provide all of that. As you may all be aware, Petrotrade has been appointed by the LFA as a regional and exclusive sponsor of the Cup. This is a very great milestone for my company, Petrotrade, who have identified with Liberian football for a long time, but not in this capacity. Everybody knows that football is more than just football. Football is a great unifier. Throughout the next 6 months, teams from all over the country will play against one another. At the end, one team will win the title, but all of us will be winners. We come together today as brothers and sisters for LFA.
Over now to grassroots football. The Liberia Football Association today officially opened the 2019 Motamont Cup. That's a translation from the VAR language, our Cup, at the Anthony Tubman Stadium. Our reporter Julius Compton, who covered the opening of the competition, far in this report back in studio.
The Liberia Football Association 2019 under-15 competition under the codename Mutamon's Cup started with the showcasing of participating teams on Friday. The Young Talented case saw the pilot phase edition of the competition as an opportunity for them to explore. Launching the program, the president of the Liberia Football Association, Mustafa Raji, thanked national government for supporting the LFA, unlike what is being perceived in the public.
It is important that we give the youth an opportunity to develop through our program and our system as planned by the technical department. We'd like to say a big thank you to the President of the Republic of Liberia and the Minister of Youth and Sports for all support towards the LFA. We have questions and concerns that government is not supporting our leagues or our competition. I want to tell the general public as force, we're getting all of the support from the Minister of Youth and Sports through the waivers of taxes, by bringing in schools where we have savings to reinvest in youth football development. We would also like to use this medium to also appeal to the government to not relent on this effort, to extend more into youth development, capacity building, because that's where we can scout those talents to help build our girls national team. Mr. Minister, we'd like to
to say a big thank you to you for the full cooperation we received from the Ministry of Youth and Sports that relieve us of a lot of tax burden, where we have duty-free privileges to bring in equipment, to bring in vehicles, to sustain our programs in Liberia.
Also speaking was Youth and Sports Minister D. Zioga Wesin, who encouraged the case to make maximum use of the opportunity provided them and pledged government support to sports development in Liberia.
For institute program in line with the global agenda for prosperity and development, because youth development is one of those things in the agenda, and sports is also part of youth development. And those of us that play sports, we know the sports start for the grassroots level, and this is exactly what the FA is doing, going to the Bureau counties, getting the young water there, bringing them to Monrovia to showcase them. Tomorrow, many of them are featured players of the national team, and I know they will excel. So, Mr. President, I want to congratulate you on the initiative. The Ministry of Youth and Sports stands ready to work with you and your official any given time for the promotion and development of football in our country. I do hope that other federations will follow the good example so that we continue to tap into the talent of our young lads.
The competition, which is part of the current administration's plan to promote youth development, is taking place at two venues, the Antoinette Totman Stadium in central Monrovia and the George Weah Technical Center in Carisburg, and is showcasing 16 teams from 5 counties, namely Montserrat, Mangibi, Grand Bassa, Bonk, and Nimba counties. Reporting for KMTV News, I am Julius Compton.
Many thanks to our reporter Julius Compton for that report from the Antoinette Totman Stadium. Well, with that development, that's how we go home on this weekend's edition of KMTV News today. But before we go, here once again are stories that make the headlines. To address land matters adequately, the Land Commission Friday launched a capacity building for the inclusive land administration and management project. Liberia Football Association and Petro Trade signed a $30 million Liberian agreement for the support of football. And the Ministry of Youth and Sports earmarked new and attractive flavors for the 2019-2020 National County Sports Meet. We say many thanks to you for always joining our news broadcast from across the globe. On behalf of the entire news team here, my name is Anthony Kukui. You can also visit our website at www.kmtvlibrary.com for more news and information. Until we're back here Monday, do have yourself a pleasant weekend. From Cam Johnson, Roy Monrovia. Good night.